so we just have the fuck you sign over there.
Yeah.
We just have fuck you.
All right, so this should be a fairly quick one. I haven't gotten to upload here in the last couple weeks because we just had a newborn. She came home healthy. We've just been changing a lot of
trying to
diapers.
record the
My work
video. I'm just gonna
schedule's
have to
been
edit like all this out.
What?
kind of erratic. So I haven't had too many opportunities to upload here in the last couple weeks. Doing my best right now to not have a crying baby in the background. Today we're continuing the Tattoo Stories series. This one is entitled Late Night Trip to the ER. So in the wake of what happened with my first apprenticeship, that was the story from the first video. I will be putting the link in the description for that one. After all that happened, I was left without any immediate means of being able to continue to pursue tattooing. At this point in time, I didn't have any equipment or the initiative to start just tattooing out of the crib and fucking up with my friends. So at this point, I was just focusing on my drawing. Shortly after all that happened, though, there was an artist that had worked at that shop. I had found out that he recently switched shops, and then he reached out to see if I wanted to make the move with him. So that's what I did. This is the shop where I did my first handful of tattoos on people, the shop that I went to with him. And naturally, all these tattoos were pretty awful, but did have some really good times in that shop, and I developed a lot of long-term friendships there. So I think I had been apprenticing there for about a year when one day after close, I left to go longboarding in downtown Fort Worth with some of my friends. So we would just ride on longboards all around downtown, usually in the parking garages, since you can take the elevator to the top, ride down, and then just hop on the elevator and then do that. So on one end of downtown Fort Worth is this really steep hill that ends in a park with a roundabout kind of like parking lot situation. I bombed down that hill on my longboard, and I intended to use that roundabout to loop back and slow down, but I guess the TCC campus right there had just watered their grass or something, because there was a stream of water going across the road that ended up being the reason why I just busted ass and slammed my face on the concrete. I was wearing a helmet, but it wasn't a full face helmet. I slammed down pretty hard because I hit that water stream that was coming across the road, and I hit my chin on the ground. I couldn't really feel anything. I couldn't feel the injury that I sustained. I did have a little bit of road rash on one of my hands. Obviously, I was bleeding. I didn't think that I would need to, and I didn't want to have to go to the ER.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So I decided to, because I hadn't gotten that far from the tattoo shop, so I just went back to the tattoo shop to clean myself up. My mentor, he was still there. I think he was tattooing somebody, and I went in there not knowing that I was dripping blood. So at this point,
Wait, so you busted your chin?
yeah, I busted my chin. I still had my helmet on at this point, but once I made it to the bathroom at the shop and I looked in the mirror, I realized that the chin strap on my helmet was kind of preventing me from realizing that my chin was hanging wide open. I'll put somewhere on the screen. I'm going to show this picture to Spency right now. So this is what my chin looked like. Yeah. I mean, when I say my chin was hanging open, it's kind of exaggerating, kind of not. Obviously, you guys will be able to see the picture here, but I did have to indeed go to the ER and got 14 stitches in my chin that night.
14?
14 stitches. This shop had security cameras inside, and by some chance, I guess the owner saw me and my friends show back up at the shop at 1 a.m., as well as I'm assuming he saw us cleaning up the trail of blood that I left going into the shop. My memory of all this was a little bit foggy because I don't even remember who it was that was with me. But anyways, this ended up being another situation where the owner of the tattoo shop stepped in and put their foot down and had my mentor fire me. So presumably because the premise of having blood unnecessarily tracked all over the floor, but I'd also imagine that their priorities were obviously a little bit misplaced, and this whole incident might have been pretty indicative of that. But with that being said, yes, I got fired from the shop, but I did stay on really good terms with my mentor there, and he actually ended up finishing my apprenticeship at a later time at another shop and eventually giving me his blessing to start just tattooing the public.
Wait, so you had a helmet on when you had the tat. How is your bones not even in there?
It's crazy. So that's how I lost my second apprenticeship. Technically, over the course of 5 or 6 years, I apprenticed for 3 or 4 different times under different mentors. Aside from them, obviously, like the coworkers that I've had at every place I've worked have helped me out tremendously. So hopefully anybody that may be watching this that falls into that category knows who they are. And I do really appreciate everybody that's contributed to bring me into the fold, contributing to who I am today, and just showing me that tattooing is something that's a badass career and lifestyle. Anyways, like I said, this one's a short one, so that's all I got for that one. On my next one, I'm going to be talking about a funny moment from my third apprenticeship that didn't necessarily end my time at that shop, but I think that it's funny enough to make a decent video, and that one will probably be pretty short too.
Am I going to be in that video?
You might be in that video.
Yay.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.
That's why it takes to be alone. Yeah.